welcome back to Tea in the Deep Blue Sea with me, Victoria. So today's video is 10 common misconceptions that people have about the ocean and what the truth actually is. So I hope you find this video interesting and fascinating. I know I certainly have had fun making it. So I hope you enjoy. If you do enjoy, make sure to leave me some feedback, like, comment down below. As always, please subscribe and remember to hit that bell for notifications. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Victoria and Tea in the Deep Blue Sea. Sharks cannot smell a single drop of blood in the ocean from a mile away. That is a very, very common misconception. They have roughly the same sensitivity to smell as bony fish, which ranges from 1 in 25 parts per million to 1 part in 10 billion. So depending on the species and the chemical, this roughly translates as 1 drop in a small sized swimming pool. So when we smell something, it's tiny particles of that something interacting with the chemoreceptors in our nose. Now sharks don't have a nose or nostrils like us, they have something called nares, inside which are sensory cell covered skin folds known as olfactory lamellae. And the tiny particles interact with them like the chemoreceptors in our noses. So sharks, not all species of sharks are as good at smelling as others. It really does vary on the species. However, sharks can not only smell something, they can smell which direction it's coming from and are able to follow that scent. Scientists tested this with manipulating scents in water, and the shark was able to successfully track the scents and follow the direction in which they were coming from. Seawater is not just salty water. You can't add table salt to water and just make it seawater. However, seawater is considered salty water because it contains many minerals from the Earth's surfaces. These are collected in rain and snow and go as runoff into the ocean. So there are a variety of things in addition to sodium chloride, such as nitrogen, potassium, calcium, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, carbon dioxide, as well as many microscopic organisms such as viruses, bacteria and fungi. Not all seawater has the same concentration of these microorganisms. Far more live at the surface and at the bottom than in the open ocean. It is thought that 1 drop of surface seawater, if swallowed, contains 1 million microorganisms. Think about that next time you're at the beach. Not all jellyfish can sting humans. Jellyfish are cnidarians, which roughly translates as stinging creature. However, not all of them are harmful to humans. So not all jellyfish have nematocytes, which are their stinging cells. Some have these and are capable of stinging, and some have stingers that won't even penetrate human skin. However, there are some types of jellyfish, such as box jellyfish, that can be deadly to humans. So unless you're an expert at identifying jellyfish, it is still advised to steer well clear. The ocean isn't just blue, it can appear a whole variety of colours. Brown, blue, navy blue, turquoise, even red or green during an algal bloom. So the reason that it appears blue is most of the time is because the shorter wavelengths, such as reds, are scattered first, leaving the longer wavelengths to travel further, the greens and the blues, and that is what our eyes see. Corals are not any of these things. In fact, they are actually animals. They do not make their own food like plants do. So corals rely on the symbiotic relationship they have with zooxanthellae, which are microscopic algae that live in their tissues and give corals their magnificent colours. So what happens is the algae has a safe place to inhabit. It is protected by the coral, and it uses organic waste from the coral for photosynthesis, in return removing waste, providing oxygen and organic compounds that the coral needs to thrive and grow and continue building the reef. It's true that the concentration and biodiversity of life in the open ocean is not as well concentrated as in, say, coastal areas. However, it is still teeming with life. There are millions of microorganisms, bigger fish, whales and even sharks. The open ocean is an enormous place. It is thought that 99% of the inhabitable space on Earth is actually in the open ocean. Not all sharks need to swim constantly to survive. This is a very common misconception. However, some sharks do. So there are two different methods of breathing for sharks. These are buccal pumping and ram ventilation. So buccal pumping is where they pump the buccal or mouth muscles to transport water over the gills. So this can be done without moving. So this is common in bottom dwelling species who spend a lot of time laying on the bottom. There are then the ram ventilators. These species do need to swim to survive because the way that they breathe is by swimming with their mouth open to force water over the gills. So they do need to swim constantly to survive. Whales do not expel water from their blowholes. They are mammals just like you and me and need to breathe air. So they expel this air when they come to the surface. So that air is really warm from being inside the whale's large body. The air around it is much cooler. So the air they are breathing out condenses and appears like water. They also expel a lot of mucus, and I mean a lot of mucus. Some of the most biologically productive waters are cold regions, where deep water rises and brings with it a cloud of nutrients. For example, Antarctica. Whales will migrate thousands of miles to feed on the tiny krill that are there. Cold regions also have things such as seals, penguins, seabirds, sea squirts, feather stars. So they are not just barren like you think they are. The seabed contains a variety of features: canyons, trenches, vast plains, as well as underwater mountain ranges like the mid-oceanic ridge. The deepest part of the ocean is the Mariana Trench, which is about 36,000 feet deep. This is about 1,000 miles off the coast of Japan. Thank you so much for watching my video through to the end. I hope you learnt something new and enjoyed it in the process. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I really appreciate all of your support. If you haven't already, please remember to hit the thumbs up and comment down below. I would love to hear from you all. I've got a load of comments I need to get back to, so thank you all guys who are commenting on my videos. I love you all. Thank you so much for your support. If you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button and remember to ding that bell for notifications, and make sure your YouTube notifications are on or you won't get notified. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye for now.